G'day again everyone. Today, finally going to put these control arms in. Here's a new one there. They're marked left and right, so buffheads like me can't put them on the wrong side. Just there, it's got a marking on it. You will need a 30mm socket. It doesn't have to be like this one, it could be a normal socket, or you can try a ring spanner for this big nut in here. You will need a 19, because you'll need to get that out of the way. You don't have to undo your tie rod end or anything or make any adjustments. You just got to knock this out. I've already loosened this, but I haven't got it loose yet. You will need a 22mm for, hang on, I'll put this light on, might be an idea. Okay, so the ball joint nut, 22mm. If I can get you in there, the nut for the inside there, for the inner bush, is 19. It's a bolt and a nut, so you'll need a spanner and a socket. And what I'm going to do, that Z bar, or the radius bar, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to just undo, I'll show you. I'm just going to undo those 4 13mm nuts and push the whole Z bar forward, just to get it away from the wishbone there. But I remember I did this years ago on the white one. That 30mm nut was very, very tight, so I haven't tried it yet. So we'll see how we go. Bound to see a few stuff ups. There's going to be some adjustment of camera angles as I go along. I've had to change tripods. The other one's a bit too small. I've tried to set up. This is what we're working on at the moment. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure, what did I say it was? 18 or 19. Yeah, 19mm. I just use ring spanner. You pull your split pin out, undo that. Like I said, I always undo them till the nuts at the end. Don't hit it here. You don't ever hit it here. What I'm going to do, by rights, you should only have to tap these. You don't bash the shit out of them, but the trick is hit it in the right place. See, I think I need to turn this steering a bit, but we'll give it another go. I think I might, I'll just leave the nut on to protect the thread. There you go. It just pops out. You don't have to bash the crap out of it, you just tap it. Alright. So we'll get that out of the road. I'm trying to use tools that you'd have at home, like basic stuff, but I've got the rattle gun ready because, like I said, this was tight. So, okay. Of course I haven't got the bloody raggy. Righto. I'm going to have to move some stuff around here. Okay, I think you can see that. What I've got to do, and this, it doesn't have to be a socket like this. This is just a big rattle gun socket that I've got. So my first attempt will be just with a ratchet. Yes. Okay, so it's simple enough. I don't know why, but the ones on the white SS, they were really, really tight. But these ones aren't bad. And you do this first, because if you undo the front and the rod's loose, this will just spin around. So, get this off first. Actually, a normal socket would probably be better, this is a bit too long. I'm having a bit of trouble keeping it on here because there's dirt in the thread and it's getting a bit harder, but it's still quite easy to get off. Yeah. I was going to do what I did with the brakes and do one side first, make sure everything went alright, and then I thought, nah, because then something will go wrong on the other side, so I'm trying to shorten the videos because, like I said, a lot of my videos are too long. Okay, you should be able to see this. There you go. That's what you end up with, is a washer. Hang on. Washer and the nut. That came off pretty good. Alright, I'm going to pause it. Got to go and have something to eat and I'll come back to this. Alright, just one thing I want to say. No, don't hit the fast forward button. I'm not going to talk for long. Even if you're changing your tie rod end, don't bash the shit out of it. Don't hit it on top, because if you burr the end of it over, it won't go through the hole, and you still won't get it out. Just do it the way I did it. Now, our next step will be at the front. So I'm going to rearrange everything and we'll come back. Alright, I hope you can all see that. It's the best angle I can get. Okay, microphone's on. I've already taken the top two out, which you're probably having trouble seeing there. Just to save a bit of time. So we'll undo, these are 13 mil. When I undo these, I'm hoping to pull this Z bar or radius bar forward to get it out of the wishbone, or control arm really. Used to calling them wishbones for the old Holden days. Yeah, last time I think I took the whole bush out, but I'll see how I go. These aren't very hard to get off. You've probably seen a million videos. There's heaps of videos about changing these things. Alright, that's one. Throw the nut away. Alright, now I should have some sort of movement, which I have. There you go. Alright, I don't know if you can see that, so I'll go round. Just hang on, because I'm using the tall tripod now. It barely fits. Alright. This is what you end up with. Just need to get that out of the wishbone. You don't need to pull it right out. You can if you want to paint it up nice. But now, my next step, we'll go back here. I'm going to pause this and set it up. Okay, sorry, I keep knocking this bloody camera. So this is a 22 mil, which I have a ring spanner, but you will need not the ring spanner, the open ender. Now, this is another drama I had with the other car. Now, I've already loosened this. Of course, the light's going to get in the way now. I hope you can see. What you do is you undo. This is similar to the tie rod end. You just got to tap it. No, I've got this light in the way. I'm going to have to put it back here. And this, I'm going to have to lift up. So, I'm going to take it to the top of the thread. Christ. I've got to get everything that close so I can film, and I'm knocking everything. Okay. So you just get that up. We're almost there actually, believe it or not. So there's no split pin or anything on this, it's like a self-locking nut, so I'm just getting it to where it's only on there a few threads, because once you break the seal on this, the whole shaft will turn, so you don't want any resistance. I think that's pretty close. Yep, that'll do. Okay, now we attack it. So if you have no luck in one spot, I usually turn it, and I'm going to have to get that out of the way. Turn it, I'll try at the front. No, it's not really solid. I'm just going to move the camera back a bit and put that over there. Always spanners and shit in the way. Alright, this one's going to be stubborn, and the light's in a brilliant spot here. There you go. Sorry about it. This one is not going to cooperate. So because I'm changing the ball joint, it doesn't matter if I damage it. So what I'm going to do is get a chisel down here in the rubber boot. Hang on, I'll show you. Down here. Can you, I don't know if you can see that. Just down there, between the rubber boot and here, and just hit the shaft. You give the shaft one hit and it should come out. Anyway, we'll pause and I'll show you if I can. Okay. Alright, what happened while the camera was off, I gave it a few more taps here, but then I went around the front and just tapped it and it's come free. But you can use that other method if you're changing the ball joint. If you're changing these, you're going to have, doesn't matter about the ball joint, you can get something in there like a chisel, just give it one good whack. But this one here, as you can see, is all loose now. You don't have to bash it, like I said, you don't bash the crap out of it. Just have to keep tapping it. Anyway, now we get to the problem I had with the other car. Because of this brake thing, unless I can pull it through, no, because of the disc, right, this won't come out. So, problem. I can't remember exactly what I did. It should really, oh no, it's a long way in there. Alright. Guess what I got to do? There is a way around this. There's two ways to do it. You take the caliper off and you take the disc off. I'm not going to do that because I'm changing the wishbone. I have already loosened. Hang on, I've got to try and adjust this with, you know how many times I've stopped this recording because I've tried to adjust it and I've actually stopped the program. So, hang on, I'm just going to pause it. Alright, what I'm going to do is I've loosened this bolt in here. So I am going to undo that and pull the whole strut and everything out, and then I should be able to pull this wishbone out and away. In theory, it sounds unreal, doesn't it? Okay, make sure I take everything with me. I should have a socket here somewhere. Of course not. There it is with the 30mm still on it, so we don't need that. Somewhere here, why have I got that? That's weird. 18mm. Righto. Here we go. Let's try. We'll try my Unreal Theory and see if it works. This is not the best 19mm ring spanner either. I might have to go and get another one, but no, it's already loose. Like I said, I loosened it off. I don't know what you can see and what you can't see, and I hope I haven't bumped this camera. But anyway, that's the nut. I don't know if you can see it. Now I'm going to try and get this bolt out. Alright, that's the bolt. I don't know if you can see that either. So, we pull that. Nah. Hang on. No, there's no way around it. Alright. There's no way around it. I'll try and show you. I'll show you what I mean. And then I'm just going to stop recording and take the disc off. If you can see there, it's hitting the bottom of the disc. And I thought that I could get enough leeway to get it out. But, of course I can't. So now the caliper, I'll take that off, and the rotor, which you would have seen in one of my early videos with the rotor removal tool, I'll get that off. Anyway, I'll see you when I've done that, and we'll keep going. I'll tell you what I've done, and it actually works. I put the old rotor removal tool in the disc, made sure that was at the bottom. I have undone that, and now it's pulling the disc hard against the caliper, but it actually gave me enough room to get it out. So that's what I've done. So now I'm going to attempt to film putting the other one in. So that only worked because I'm one of these lazy mongrels who's determined to find an easier way to do it. But we'll see if we can get the other one in. And it's probably going to be nice to get rid of that tie rod end the other way now. Okay. Anyone who films will know that it's so difficult trying to do this. Make sure the camera's in the right spot. So, Christ, I'm going to have to knock that out a bit. So that's sort of sticking out a bit. That should go. Bloody hell. I don't like this. Oh, might help if I take that off. Alright. Alright, so if I can find where I just put that nut, you just want to put it on a couple of threads so it's not going to fall out. I'm not going to do it right up. Okay, now I will spin the camera. I'll try and get it in a spot. I've stopped the filming that many bloody times on this camera. I don't know, because that's in the way. See, that's where I'm trying to get to, but this tripod is a bit too tall. Hang on. Let's try out here. No. Alright. Alright, this looks like it's going to be the best I can do until I arrange myself in the right spot. So I'm working in the garage. This bugger all room, I've ended up taking the Z-bar right out just to get out of the way because I need to get under here. So, again, knocked the camera flying, didn't I? Stopped recording, didn't it? Because I'm using a mobile phone, it's a pain in the bloody arse, I tell you. For this stuff, it's not good. But, that's all I got. Righto, bolt in. You're going to have to pull forward and back to line this up, he says. Or, yeah, there you go. So that's through, and there you put the nut on. I hope you can see something, or you're not just looking at a close-up of the chassis. Alright, like I said, like an idiot, I will persevere with the wrong ring spanner. That should do that, and that should do that. So you do this one up. A lot of this will be sped up, maybe. Yeah, I'd say it will be, because it's going to be too long. Oh, you bloody mongrel. Sorry about that. Just trying to crush my fingers. Need a sort of longer, something longer to do this, but righto, that won't come undone. Okay, now I reckon I can, I'm just going to do this ball joint up, so I'm going to take it around the other side, so I'm going to try and pause it without, okay, I hope you can see that. This is where I'm working. .22mm. I may have to move the camera again, you watch. Yeah, possibly. Hang on, I'll move you back a bit. It's just that the light affects this. I hope you can see. Anyway, I'm just tightening up the ball joint. Now, Z-bar will be the next one. I won't bother moving the camera, I'll leave it there. What I've got to do is line this up, start threading that into the bush, and then I've got to get, so that's started into the bush. Now, got to line this up. Hang on. She's not, it's not cooperating. No. All right. Might need a little bit of persuasion, maybe. No, that should be going in. All right, I think that this is caught on here. So what I'm going to do is push back and get a couple of these nuts on just to hold it. Okay. All right, that's lined up. This isn't in properly. All right, the full nuts are on. Oh man, righto. Why isn't this going on? Alright, so I have a problem. I don't know if you can see, but there, it's just caught, that's all. I'll get it on. Anyway, we'll come back to this, no good filming all this. Okay, all I did was just tap the control arm and it came through. So now I've got to loosen that. I've done that too tight. It's actually jammed against the washer and everything's up there, of course. I did plan on making this quick. Guess what? Righto. We are nearly done. Of course, out here, my little bodge, I'll show you, I've got to remove that. So all I'll do is just tap this disc back on. Okay. Now, all it is, I hope you can see that, but it's just your tie rod end. I've got to go and find a brand new split pin. So I'll then tighten up your 4 nuts at the front on your bush. I just screwed them in finger tight to hold it there so I could tap that Z-bar through the bush, but they're still loose. So all I'm going to do is I'll just do this and it's done. So we'll end the video there. A lot of you are probably thinking, thank Christ for that, I can't stand much more of this, but hang on. I think I'm getting the same way. I've still got another side to do yet, but alright. And of course, being a split pin, I'm going to have to turn this nut to line up where the split pin goes. I think it's about somewhere there. But anyway, this has been another stuffed up production from VYVZ Garage. Like, share and subscribe, please. Please comment. I've had a few comments, but I'd love to get some more. I've also started another Facebook page under the name of VYVZ Garage, because I want to start putting just short videos of things I'm working on and photos and stuff like that on that page. So There's not much on there now, but there will be. VYVZ Garage on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.